Hi guys, welcome to this update video this morning. I do hope you're doing really amazing, and we're going to be talking mostly about Invest 94L. Now, straight away, this system is no longer expected to develop. However, it is going to be bringing some impacts, some substantial impacts to sections of the Caribbean. So we're going to be talking about that today. And there are a couple more tropical waves out there, and eventually we will be seeing more of those stronger tropical waves approaching that may have a better chance of development. So let's get into the details. Okay, so here we are looking back at the infrared satellite imagery. We can see here that there's all that the cluster of showers and thunderstorms just east of the Lesser Antilles, and there are two more tropical waves out there. So looking at the surface chart here, we can see the axes of them being marked. So that disturbance is has its axis extended down to South America. That next one is a bit further out, and there's a new one that has recently emerged off the African coast. Now, in terms of Invest 94L, as I mentioned, it is no longer expected to develop. We can see here from the National Hurricane Center, 0% formation chance. And that is primarily because of the hostile environment that the system is in right now. It's struggling quite a bit because of all that dry air around. So here we are looking at this dry air map, and these colors, these yellows, oranges, reds, they indicate the dry air. So that is pretty much surrounding the system, as well as those more unfavorable upper level winds. So because of that, the environment is pretty much saying, hey, calm down there. So it's not going to be developing much. However, as I said, it's going to be bringing its impacts mostly in terms of the heavy rain across sections of the Lesser Antilles. And with those periods of heavy rain, there can be instances of flooding being triggered. We see that happen quite a lot with tropical waves. So the system not being expected to materialize into anything in terms of development doesn't mean that there will be no impacts, because within some areas there could be a lot of heavy rain that may trigger some flooding. Sometimes with those thunderstorms, there could be those strong wind gusts as well, which can do some minor damage in some cases. So because the system is so disorganized, though, there's no saying of where exactly we'll be facing the worst of potential impacts. However, the entire Lesser Antilles is likely to experience a rainfall increase with the potential for flooding should there be any instances of those very heavy downpours. Now, as we take a look across the rest of the Caribbean region here, we can see that there isn't a whole lot going on right now. A bit of moisture noted within the vicinity of the Greater Antilles and up to the Bahamas, and also down to portions of southern Central America, southern Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama. It's a little bit active down in that area. And as we look at the rain forecast going throughout today, here is what is expected. And more color indicates higher rainfall amounts expected. So as that disturbance approaches, there's going to be an increase in rainfall, as I mentioned. So some heavy downpours possible at times, especially as we head into late today and into tomorrow for the Lesser Antilles. So Barbados, some spots in Trinidad and Tobago, Grenada, the Grenadines, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Martinique, Dominica, Guadeloupe, those areas first in that highlight. So we can see those colorful shadings indicating that there could be some substantial rainfall. And of course, further north, areas such as Antigua, Barbuda, Montserrat, St. Kitts and Nevis, Saba, St. Eustatius, Anguilla may also experience some periods of downpours. May not be as heavy immediately compared to the islands further south. And then other places, there could be some rainfall activity for sections of the Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, Hispaniola, Jamaica, Cuba, and going up to the Bahamas, especially the northern Bahamian Islands. And then towards the Cayman Islands, there may not be much, but some showers and thunderstorms may be close by later today. And then for Central America, there could be some heavy downpours at times in a few spots in Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, Nicaragua. And as we saw down in the southwestern Caribbean, there's already quite a bit going on. So that area is going to be a little bit active. ABC Islands will be in the clear, much rain not expected to be close by. And then for Colombia, Venezuela, and portions of Guyana and Suriname, there could be some heavy downpours at times today as well. So the system is going to be approaching, guys. It is a substantial tropical wave right now. And then going back, as I mentioned, there are those other two out there. Now, this is not something uncommon or weird to see, because as we head deeper into the hurricane season, we tend to get more substantial tropical waves making their way off of Africa. Eventually, some of them are going to develop into storms and even hurricanes once the environment allows that to happen. But that is not expected for the short term, no longer anticipated for 94L, since it is in such a hostile environment. And we can clearly see that it is taking a hit from all of these unfavorable factors that are around. But nonetheless, guys, as I mentioned, there's going to be all that heavy rainfall, which may trigger flooding. And if the need is there, I may post a secondary update video later this evening to follow up on the system as it approaches. And that is pretty much it for this video today, and I do hope you found it to be quite informative. However, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll get to you when I can, and remember to always be weatherwise.